All right, ladies and gentlemen, applause, applause, applause. Welcome. Another Geek Culture Congress is now in session. My name is Speedy Jr. I am with the upcoming superstar himself, Tarek Lewis. Book him now before his prices go up, okay?
Absolutely.
And also, our very special guest talking with us today is none other than Joey Franchise from Tampa, Florida's #1 party station. You can catch him 7 to midnight on Wild 94.1. Big shout out to Joey, man. Joey, thanks for showing us.
Let's go.
All right, so we talk about everything geek, movies, comic books, video games. Nothing is really out of bounds as long as it's about nerd life. Yeah. And we did actually catch some Ready Player One this weekend.
Yeah.
Did you catch it,
yeah,
Joey?
Definitely, man. Right, that was awesome.
Cool. So what we do, Joey, because I know it's your first time here, Joey, what we do is we do kind of like the review of what we think about it, and then we give everybody a warning, and then we get into the spoilers, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's Monday night, and by when we're recording this, when this gets up, and if you haven't seen it by now, you're just not about that life, okay? Yeah. So, your review, Tarek?
For nostalgia's sake, I give it an A.
Yeah?
Like, just to see familiar characters in strange situations. For the story.
I got some comments about that, but we'll get into that.
For the story.
Yeah?
Like a low B.
B? B minus?
B minus.
Oh, man.
But
Why?
it's an enjoyable film. Like, if it's like, it's plain nerd fun.
It's legit.
Yeah, it's like legit nerd fun.
It is.
But if you are analyzing it as you would, Gone with the Wind, it is not.
Yeah.
It's not going to win no Oscars. Are you trying to talk about not for any acting?
No.
So I never read the book. So this, just seeing the movie, and obviously Steven Spielberg, being the genius that he is.
Of course, yeah.
I have to agree with the nostalgic aspect of it. That was awesome, man. Just seeing like Battletoads and Gundam. Like, and even like Chucky popped out. Like, that was crazy.
I saw Spawn, I think, one time.
Yeah, Spawn was in there.
Spawn was in it. Halo characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story, I feel like I could have got more.
Was there any Star Wars characters in that? I don't remember. I was just too much stuff going on.
I was watching it the whole time to see.
I don't
think they touched the Disney.
They dropped a Millennium Falcon little Easter egg. That was
I don't
about
think
it.
they touched anything Disney, because I think they just did like Warner stuff.
Yeah.
Because I saw Batman was
Batman was a
climbing a
big
mountain.
thing.
Yeah, they didn't show any Disney characters. They definitely didn't do like
Disney was not playing ball.
Yeah, I don't think.
Hell no. You ain't getting none of this.
Disney's the mafia. We talk about that in past episodes. Joey.
Actually, we're not even allowed to say Disney. I'm pretty sure we're going to be shut down.
Yeah,
Bob Iger gonna come out of nowhere,
we'll censor
bust through
that
this
later.
door.
So, Joey, what do you think about the movie? You're no spoiler review.
I just thought the characters were cool. The story, like I said, didn't read the book. So going into the movie, it was more so I was hooked just off the trailer itself, and just the a lot of the throwback video games.
They did those trailers like that on purpose because there's no mythology behind that.
It was really fast paced. Like, I really tried to understand the main character, his story, and his come up a little bit. Like, they say, how he grew up and where his family is and how he lives now. But I feel like we didn't get as much. We just knew what his sole purpose and everyone's sole purpose was, and that was to pretty much.
Well, there was a lot of that that narrative exposition that they like to use in movies to speed read the backstories to people real quick. There was a lot of that in the beginning of the movie, and but
it was funny though.
If you took a pee break, or a bathroom break, you probably missed that.
You missed the whole background, but I did think it was funny. It was definitely funny.
It had its moments. I think. In the spirit of Steven Spielberg movies, it was a great movie. I do also agree that the story was cut out of past stories that we've probably seen before. We could probably copy paste the skin of this story to a bunch of other movies that we've probably seen in the past.
Right.
So it definitely doesn't get any points there in originality other than the nostalgic factor of the virtual world that they live in. And I have to say that I went in there with bad expectations and I left feeling pretty good about myself. And I like the feel of the movie. There was the tone of the movie near the end where it's kind of like something bad is happening, and you get the word out to enough people, and enough people show up that care enough to help out.
Yeah.
And I think that resonates. That theme, even though it's really shown near the end of the movie, that resonates very well. Also, there's a theme of the just too much in the computer world and not living in the real world.
I like that too.
I like that
and
theme.
the way, towards the end you see them kind of change the narrative, like how things are start off in the movie and how they end up. So it's cool.
So there you go. That's our review, ladies and gentlemen. As far as people who haven't seen the movie yet and don't want to get spoilers right now, it's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie.
It's definitely
like
worth the $10
with more characters.
Tron with Easter eggs all over. Okay, I did try and like see everything, but it was going so fast. All the fight scenes.
You literally had to pause the movie to kind of count. Oh, that's so and so.
From BattleTech. That's from this. That's from that. And you're like, oh, okay.
A lot of Street Fighter characters.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, that was cool.
They got so Capcom got some money. So we'll get. So this is the warning, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody who has not seen the movie yet. Go see it. You'll enjoy it right now. Or the spoiler warning right now. We'll get a little bit into the actual story right now in 3, 2, 1. All right. So movie opens up, Tarek. And they start with the backstory. He's living in a town. It's
2045,
a shanty town.
I have ADD, so if somebody can tell me where they live at,
it's
the town again.
Stacks?
No, the town.
Columbus,
Ohio. That's right. There you go.
And it was the Stacks.
My ADD is finally kicking in. Okay, so they live in this place called Stacks, and you can see that the character, he's the narrative about his life and the life that he's living right now. And you see everybody with their virtual headsets on, playing their games.
Yeah,
and
it seems like everyone's poor, but has great.
Everybody has VR.
The VR must be like I'm dropping the bucket, like $150 or something.
It's like all the Best Buys closed, and people just rated it for technology.
Well, no, what they did is there's a drones, those drone drop offs. Like that person got the drop off drone with the Pizza Hut plug there.
That was nuts.
In the beginning of the movie. Yeah. I guess that's how everything gets delivered.
Choosing how to spend their discretionary income very well. Every dollar they got. So he's in the slums, and then he goes into the virtual world.
Yeah, that's right.
Like the good thing is they don't waste any time. Getting you into that virtual world and showing you how crazy. And they're like,
oh, you want to go here? You could do this. You want to climb Mount Everest with Batman? You can. You want to do this? And it's actually a good
possible
promise. What do you guys think about that really happening though, as far as technology? Real technology happening.
I feel like it's already happening. Just we just don't have it yet. You know what I mean? Like your DVD player was out in like 1944.
Oh man, we have virtual
reality.
reality.
It took us a long time to get it on like the market. This virtual reality is like going crazy. Like just starting to make movies only in VR right now. Yep. So it's like a big thing. I could see that happen in 20, 30 years. I could see something similar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have virtual reality available right now. If you got a Samsung phone, from a PlayStation to an Xbox to everything. So it's not quite, there's not like a place to go per se, like in the movie, but it's definitely here now,
I don't know if I would do it though. Like how involved I would get.
I don't know. Like I was at the beach today and I was thinking about, I was like, man, I don't know if I would just give this up just to be stuck in a virtual video game all the time.
But what if the beach got really dirty?
Well, yeah. Well, that's the world that they live in. It's kind of like they just messed up the earth pretty much in a nutshell. And that's why everybody escapes to this virtual world in this movie.
Yeah. It was just, I like watching it, but it was also kind of scary to think because I could see, like, I know some people who would completely abandon their lives.
Yeah.
And just live in there.
I do. I know a lot of people will probably do that.
You can't eat. That's, you can't
right,
eat.
That's
you can't
the thing.
Drink.
Mm-hmm. So our hero character, our main protagonist, he and his friends, his buddies, his game buddies.
He had a dope name too, Wade Watts.
Yeah, Wade Watts. That was a little Easter egg for us. Deadpool. I wonder how much Fox had to pay for that. But Wade Watts. I don't know if that's his name in the book.
They call him Parzival. His avatar was his gamer tag was Parzival.
Yeah, Parzival.
They kept calling him Z.
Yeah, why did they? I never did get why they were calling him.
I was
Z.
not getting why they called him Z.
We have to do more research.
No, it didn't make sense.
Yeah. So his buddies are chasing for 3 keys or 3 mini Easter eggs to open up the main Easter egg, which is a little Easter egg that the creator of this virtual world created in the Oasis which I forget the character's name that created. Do you know
the doctor's
name?
Yeah. I don't remember
his
name.
Joey, we're going over 2 right now.
Damn, the doctor's name. Darn, the shaggy hair.
Shaggy hair guy.
The shaggy hair dude.
Doctor.
I got it right now.
He leaves an Easter egg, a big Easter egg, and pretty much if anybody can solve the 3 and get the 3 keys, they're able to open the Easter egg and be the owner of the Oasis and just run this virtual world.
Yes, it's again, borrowing from other themes, it's Willy Wonka.
Yeah. It is a little bit of Willy Wonka. I did think about Willy Wonka, especially the doctor's avatar too was the magician,
Yeah.
Oh, James Halliday, by the way.
James Halliday.
Yeah,
James Halliday. So the first, skipping through a lot of story. Of course, the character has a lot of strife at home. He lives. His parents died, obviously, and he lives with his aunt. And the boyfriend's a little abusive. The aunt boyfriend's a little abusive, and some themes that we've already seen in movies before, but we get it. That's why he escapes.
Have the obstacles.
Yeah, gotta have the
obstacles. Make the story pay off.
Yeah. So he hides in junk to go play the game. I guess he got a little setup in this junkyard.
Yeah.
Of cars.
Which, if you've ever watched any ending episode of G.I. Joe, you know that's not a good idea. I feel like that was definitely one of the lessons. Don't play in a junkyard, kids.
Oh my god.
So he's got his PlayStation setup, virtual setup in his junkyard, and one of the missions that they've been trying actively, him and his buddies, is the race, which is a race against you get a Jurassic Park dinosaur that pops out.
You got and then you got King Kong.
King Kong
pops out.
Oh yeah, it was Jurassic Park dinosaur.
Yeah, I just want to say Jurassic Park because it's Spielberg.
It had to be Jurassic Park.
Has to be his. So
one of my favorite scenes in the movie was watching that race, though.
Yeah, that was
it was
dope. One of the characters had a Bigfoot, and that was pretty. Like that's what I would ride with, a Bigfoot.
Yeah, it reminded me of that game Twisted Metal.
That was intense.
Yeah. So they actually characters do research because I guess every key is based on the clue to get every key is based on a clue that's in the creator's life somewhere.
Yeah.
So there is some big archive of this creator's life in this virtual reality world, which I don't know if I want that to exist for myself.
It's in the works, Speedy.
I don't know where the camera is or where that's recording, but we need to shut it off right now.
I've been secretly copywriting your memories for years.
So, which is kind of weird anyway, but I digress, and he goes, checks out this database of the creator's life, and he figures out that the trick to beat the race is to actually go backwards.
Yeah.
Which I don't know about that. It's kind of like, really? Go backwards? Really? That's what we're doing? Like that?
It was interesting because, the creator was, and you see it at the end of the movie, he was all about, like, the hidden places.
Yeah.
It was literally all about Easter eggs. Like, the movie was filled with Easter egg characters and just, like, Easter egg things, portions of the game and those challenges you had to go through to get those eggs. And it was dope because it was, like you said, a piece of the guy's memory in his life.
Yeah.
So they would go back, and this kid legit, like, studied this man like none other.
Yeah.
So he goes backwards, and his buddies also go backwards, and they all get the key, and they all
they cheated, by the way.
They cheated.
He straight up was like, here's what you do. Don't tell anybody I told you.
And then they told like 5 other people. Like 3 other people. And they all kept it in the group, which is cool.
Yeah, and then they all figured it out, go backwards. So there is another protagonist, which is a female character.
Artemis,
yeah.
And she is has an interesting looking avatar. She kind of looks like a fish character.
It looked interesting.
Yeah. Like a mermaid, kind of?
Like almost like a mogwai.
Like part human, part mogwai.
Yeah, I don't know then. The next challenge, after they get these keys, is a trip into the world of a movie that has significance to The Shining, which I hate. I don't enjoy scary movies very much.
Really?
Surprise in the middle of the film for speaking.
But I mean, it was funny. They made it funny, but there's one scene there where a whole tub of blood comes out from an elevator. That's it's like, wow, this is family friendly here for.
Yeah, they kind of snuck that little rated R movie in the middle of the
for real
PG-13 thing.
Straight up, because H goes in. She goes in and she deals with the old lady.
Yes, yeah.
that was funny.
Yeah, the whole Shining thing. I was I really enjoyed it. Like in hindsight, I was like you. I was watching it and thinking like, God, this is really out of place.
I was like, why are we in The Shining?
Is this okay?
Like we couldn't be like in Battlestar Galactica or something that would have made more sense or something, or a Steven Spielberg movie or something, Minority Report or something. Come on,
as I left the theater, I was like, that was a really funny. The whole little segment was funny, and then to see the what's the team they're called, the Sixes?
But we forgot to talk about that. There is this other organization, of course, the 101s.
The IOIs.
IOIs. They're trying to get the keys and get the Easter egg for themselves.
And they legit.
So they could rule the world, or the virtual world, should I say.
They have a team.
And rule the world at the same time. So they are in this Shining world, and they figure out that it's all about this date that he had with, I guess, with his partner, his current partner's wife, or wife?
Yes.
Ex-wife, or
she's passed. I think she's passed away.
Or she passed away or something?
Yeah.
But they find a little picture, like a picture which is like a little Easter egg, I guess, that was in that Shining program. And they go through this door, and then they're in another like game, like a zombie thing. I was like, wait a second, there's no zombies in Shining. Yeah. What is this? So and then they kind of gave a little exposition about, this is from some video game.
Yeah.
I guess that he liked to play, or he created, or he co-created, or something. I don't remember what the exposition was.
Well, I think it was something about like the whole thing was the Easter egg. It doesn't make sense for it to be there, so that's why it's there. It's like everything in this movie is
an Easter egg,
secret video game stuff.
Yeah, even the third. So they figure out how to get the second key by dancing, which I guess is what the creator didn't do. He didn't take the chance with the female.
Didn't take the leap.
Yeah, he didn't take the leap
That's
with
been
that
the
relationship.
Theme all 2018. Shoot your shot, fellas.
For real, it was a shoot
go
your
for
shot
it.
movie.
Go for it.
Yeah,
strike
It's
out.
like,
It's
look,
okay.
man, if you are a hardcore gamer, you know what I'm saying, like, and you just need to shoot your shot with that one girl you come across in life and the outside world, like, yo, just do it.
Do it, man. Create your avatar, shoot your shot.
Yep. So second, they get the key, and long story short, they get the key, and they make the dance happen, get the key. They move on to trying the third obstacle, which is
what game was
a video game that they have to play.
It was an Atari.
Yeah.
Adventure.
Adventure,
Yeah,
which is an
they figure
Atari
out
2600 game for anybody who was born after 1990.
Yeah. Listen, I'm probably...
And I am the proud owner of a currently working Atari 2600.
Really?
So,
Wow,
I want to see how much my Atari 2600 is worth right now.
This was like the one moment in the film where I didn't feel old. I was like, yo, I don't know Adventure.
I don't know any
am
of
not
that.
familiar with this one. This is before my time.
Growing up, and I hated that video game in particular. So I was like, Adventure? Really? What is an Adventure that it cats? But I was like,
I don't even remember.
Of all the classic games, I was like, Adventure? I don't know. I don't think that's the move. But whatever. It made Adventure the game. And then also, there's a big battle before that.
It's going on in the outside world, too.
Yeah, going on in the outside world as well.
Yeah, because this company has killed this kid's...
Oh, he killed his kid's parents?
Killed his aunt.
They figured out who he was.
He actually was pretty much involved in a terrorist attack. I think this guy was. He destroyed that whole building.
Yeah.
You know what gets me about that part though is like, okay, there's police.
Yeah, but it's like where's the government? Where's the FBI? There wasn't enough backstory to that.
There was no backstory to like how it was like kind of contained.
We're sniffing out
these
the plot holes, ladies and gentlemen.
IOI guys.
We are sniffing out the plot holes.
Yeah, like this is crazy. Like that's one thing I didn't get that kind of bugged me out a little bit.
I accept it for what it is. It's kind of like a Goonies thing. It's kind of like, like where's the adults? Where's the adults?
It's like if the security team from JCPenney was just killing people. Like that guy. That guy who watches your convenience store is 30 of them, and they're just...
So, in the struggle to play the Atari 2600 Adventure game, there is a big battle that happens outside against a shield.
So they have the shield, which is come from this another Easter egg hidden thing, this jewel that creates the shield.
Is that from like Lord of the Rings or something? I don't know.
No clue.
I have no clue.
No clue.
We did not come prepared for this podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
The guy
IROC,
and he was like an items dealer and dealer of magical items and things like that.
Things that happen in those kinds of games.
IROC was a great comic relief, though. He was funny.
He was good. TJ Miller's a good guy. I like TJ Miller.
I need some, physical therapy happening. He was dropping some fun stuff there. Big battle, which all kinds of, which you've probably seen before if you've seen the previews. Iron Giant. One of the characters uses the Iron Giant.
Yeah, H uses. She's actually building it and finally
she finally
pulled it out.
Pulls it out. There's also a big Gundam that comes out. Or anybody who likes Japanese stuff.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I have a bone to pick with that fight, man.
Do you?
Yes.
So, all right, so we're in they're in their adventure game. They got the IOI guy trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
The shield's up.
Yep.
So there's battles going inside to try to stop that guy from
right. Mm-hmm.
This is the big battle. You have a problem somewhere.
I have a problem with the big battle, okay?
Okay.
The bad guy, the antagonist, loads up a Mecha Godzilla.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
No disrespect to any Mecha Godzilla fans out there. Mecha Godzilla has never beat Godzilla before, right?
Well, if we're going to be technical, Mecha Godzilla was murdering Godzilla at first. And then Godzilla pulled a Kevin Durant and went to like Mothra and like these other monsters. He had to team up in order to beat Mecha Godzilla.
He did. They did. That's true. That's true. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
Kevin Durant the
You're
situation.
right. I digress.
Took the easy way out.
I do admit. But the battle against the Gundam versus Mecha Godzilla, there is no reality that Mecha Godzilla wins that fight. I'm sorry. It just doesn't happen. How is Gundam going to lose to Mecha Godzilla? Gundam is a machine made for war.
Yeah,
it is a precision instrument.
That's what Mecha Godzilla is.
It's just destruction. It's just a blundering machine.
Oh, well, that's because it was shot. Come on, you can't compare a movie that was shot in live action in 1932 to a Japanese animation from 1994.
We have to those, but they put the icon. Okay, Mecha Godzilla versus Gundam. All right, who's gonna win? All right.
Well,
why just make it a power up and the power up expires?
I didn't have a problem with that.
I didn't expect that Mega Godzilla to hold it down like that. Yeah. Like he was definitely taking names.
He was.
Yeah, he was. Another
Mecha Godzilla. I get it. Yeah, very powerful. Cool.
He was Tim Duncan. He was the fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
He had the fundamentals.
I don't know if the other guy, I think his name is M, the other character that was running the Iron Giant. I don't think he was utilizing the Iron Giant properly, because in the Iron Giant movie, he's murking people.
He was a lot more mobile too.
Yeah.
Like I don't think she was really like finessing it the way she should.
She didn't watch the Iron Giant movie, that's for sure. She probably got
finessing it. It's true. It's true. She was very basic.
Yeah.
Very basic.
Yeah. Very basic moves there, but it's all right. So long story short, they get inside the barrier. The main protagonist gets to the game, figures out how to.
The secret.
The secret is not to beat the game or try and beat the game. The secret is just find the Easter egg. Back to the Easter egg again.
The secret is to just play.
Yeah, to just play.
Right.
Yes, just play, guys.
Yeah.
So, bunch of other stuff happens. One of the characters hiding in the actual IOI offices in one of the virtual reality loading of the soldiers.
Right.
And
Artemis gets captured.
Yeah, she gets captured, and he figures it out, and he gets the third key. And there's this big action sequence of IOI soldiers trying to kill him and his friends which I don't get it. How are they broadcasting to the virtual world in a truck?
Well, it's the same way impoverished people have virtual reality.
Well, it's probably I don't know. It's probably like something within the Oasis like goggles where there's like some type of Twitch situation going down.
Because
we
forgot this part. They do a bomb and the whole Oasis gets deleted.
Oh yes, they did. Yeah, I'll be mad. I think I would be mad. Because apparently, I guess you lose all your coins and all your power-ups and everything when you die. Yeah.
You lose everything, yeah. This is when your mom turns the game off.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Because you rage.
Turn everything off.
Everything's over.
Yeah.
So that was a good moment. I thought this was a corny moment, but it was funny to me. I liked it when he comes back and he's like, "Oh my God, how is he in the Oasis still?"
Because
and I'm thinking is this like a Matrix moment where he's the chosen one? It's like, no, he has
an extra life.
An extra life.
The curator gave him that one that extra life.
The database.
Who actually was it Ogden Morrow, who was the other co-creator with Holiday.
Yeah.
Right.
That was cool.
That was cool. I did enjoy that. And I enjoyed the way the movie ended for the most part. He finally does get the Easter egg, and he gets control of the whole virtual world with his buddies, and he shares it with the top five.
The top
five they're called because they're the top five scorers. Yeah. And long story short, everybody lives happily ever after, I guess.
Yeah, it seems to be.
They set nice little rules. There's a day dedicated to just being
Tuesdays
outside.
and
A sequel in the works, ladies and gentlemen.
Ready Player 2. I would think not.
Because Steven Spielberg is not a fan of sequels.
Is he not? Okay.
You know, we never
He
seen
didn't
E.T.
direct the second Jurassic Park.
We never seen it. Well, no, I don't think he did the second one.
He didn't.
I think
direct
he handed it off.
I
believe he did.
He might have done.
Yeah, I don't think he. I gotta go back.
We're
and
not
look at
prepared for this podcast, Lee. But he didn't do a second Minority Report. He didn't do a second ET. They wanted him to do a second ET. He refused.
Oh, I would refuse to do a second ET.
Yeah, definitely.
Did ET pop up in this film, by the way? Any chance?
No,
I didn't see that.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I saw him anywhere.
No.
What a frightening character. So it had a nice tight ending. The guy who turned out to be a terrorist did go to jail.
Yes, finally. So
finally got
the
locked
police
up.
finally showed up. The adults.
The actual police finally showed up.
It reminded me of Goonies, you know, and then the police show up at the end, you know? I was like, hey, there they are. It's just a whole bunch of people needed to die, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, like recalling it now, overall it was an enjoyable film. And I think if you're a video game, comic book, anything fan, it's worth a look.
Definitely, guys. Definitely.
But the
go check it out.
you get to the new Avengers film, the less likely you are to go see it.
You're probably gonna forget about Ready Player One when we get into Avengers season real soon, and we're gonna of course Joey's gonna come back for all that.
I can't wait,
and
for
we're gonna get some more people involved in the conversation over here at Geek Culture Congress. So it was a lot of nostalgia in this film, guys. What do you think? You think it was very important that they stuffed every single thing that they could in this movie?
Yeah, because I think if I went to watch it back again, I would notice some things I didn't notice the first time around. Mm-hmm. And then there's this stuff I'm not familiar with.
I'm literally gonna have to watch it again, just so I could slow mo those scenes, so I could try and find.
It's definitely got some replay value to it.
Yes, yeah.
Due to the insane amount of characters.
Yes, definitely.
I will say this. I think it looked visually great.
Yeah.
Like, nothing looked like cheesy or corny.
It was definitely, I think it's a game changer.
I was actually sad that I didn't actually see it in 3D, because I just saw it regular standard because I was being cheap.
Yeah.
So
I saw it in 3D. That was intense. It was dope.
You saw it in 3D?
Oh, you saw it in 3D?
Yeah.
Dope. But the preview was in 3D? No.
No, he said he saw it in 3D. Yeah.
No, you checked out the preview, right?
Yeah. No, it was not in 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked visually great. Kind of, like I think it's a game changer. Like I remember when Transformers first came out, I was like, wow, they actually really pulled off Transformers. Like this it looked legit real.
Do you think that's important in general, that they keep throwing this nostalgia in these big tent movies and events when they can? I mean, you know, like I took a trip to Disney World the other day just to go to Hollywood Studios and go to the Star Wars section, you know? Mm-hmm. And, you know, that was a nostalgic thing for me. But do you think it's important that's a big draw all the time now?
I think so.
And when they can, even if it's something that...
I think it's important to put that in there to kind of get every, like, culture. Like, every kid's like, what? Everybody's going crazy for Fortnite and, you know, Call of Duty and things like that. It's like, you know, to know where certain things come from and just kind of have a history. It's like, you know, it's like with anything. I
appreciated that they had the Atari 2600 at the end there.
Yeah, that was dope. Like, I never owned one.
They had the scene of
but it was cool to see it.
Yeah. There was like some things, like something like that, I would, if I didn't know what that was, like I went home and looked up Adventure. Yeah. I was like, I don't remember
like
this
you feel
game.
left out.
Yeah.
It was like to the person.
It wasn't a great video game. I'm sorry.
I don't remember this
I lived
game.
that life.
Like Speedy lived that life. And it's just like, we feel like left out seeing somebody, you know, enjoy it and really try to figure it out on screen.
Yeah, there was some characters that appeared, and because all I was focusing on was the Halo soldiers.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and then there were some other characters behind them, and everybody in the theater clapped. And I'm like, wait, what happened? What did I miss? And it was right in front of me. I had no clue who they were.
Wow.
So I was like, man.
Wow.
And I felt like a letdown. I felt like let down as a geek. Like everyone like out geeked me.
Well, apparently these characters were like experts. So in geek culture, they were like knew everything. Like, oh yeah, this from this movie that came out in 1972. And I'm like, okay.
It was like some culture hipster kids.
Yeah. Which I think the nostalgia is dope. I think you gotta have that. No, you don't have to have that, but like a film a year or two that has some nostalgic feeling to it is, you know, it's cool. I mean, I watched the Brady movie when I was a kid. You know, like the Brady Bunch movie.
They got this show on Netflix that they just rebooted an old sci-fi show from the 60s, which I'm forgetting the name right now. But I was like, man, who's really gonna be interested in watching that right now? That's from so like old.
Outer Limits or something.
Nah, I don't remember now what it was. But like I said, didn't come prepared for this podcast, so I'll digress. But you know, they had a Godzilla show, a Netflix show, a Japanese animation show on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, a Godzilla show. So let me watch this. And I watched it. And I'll ruin this show for you guys too, okay? I'll ruin it. I'll spoil it right now for you. So they spent all this whole season trying to kill the Godzilla, where in fact that wasn't even the right Godzilla. That was a Godzilla spawn. The real Godzilla is grown like exponentially and just comes and massacres them. So you're invested. You're invested. I'm like, yeah, are they gonna kill Godzilla? Yeah. And then they finally do it, and it's like, yeah, the big Godzilla comes out and massacres everybody.
Now that's how you get a sequel. I like that. I like that idea.
I don't know. He kind of killed everybody, so it's kind of like,
I like destroying everyone's dreams at the end of a film.
Japanese, man. The Japanese, they're vicious.
I'm currently watching Dragon Ball Super. Unlikely.
Can I ruin that for you too?
No, don't do it. I want to watch this. Hoping that Goku will somehow die for good. Well, I know it's not going to happen. But oh my God. I don't like happy endings.
You just say, talking about, getting into some other subjects here, would you say some of the powers or some of the power-ups that they got in Ready Player One were kind of like underrated? Like I consider like the power-up for the Gundam was kind of underrated for that scene, you know?
No, I
did it justice.
I thought they were on point.
Yeah.
You don't want to make anyone like too powerful, you know.
Right. Well, you know, if you spent the time or the effort, you know, you want to get that power up or
and the VC.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I think there's some undesirable powers to have. Like definitely Plastic Man or Elongated Man would probably be, you know, I don't know. You know?
They always make those pretty cool in comics, though. Like,
yeah, but when you put it like he's like they included him in Flash right now, and I'm kind of watching that arc, and I don't know, you know, I just don't see the the meat of having that power, you know,
being able to stretch.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to compare it to not being able to do anything. Like right now, you know, I'm currently sitting in the studio and I'm probably getting a cold. So my abilities are very limited.
You're going to turn into the cold power person, probably?
If I would just like
affect everybody everywhere.
Listen, I've always wanted to be just 3 inches taller. So I'm not going to sit back here and tell you that if I could just grow a little bit, I wouldn't be happy.
Right.
I don't know, man. There's some bad powers out there. There's, you know...
I mean, like, if you had, like, the power to detect fire but can't put it out, you know, that's, like, a problem.
Yeah.
Or, like...
It's kind of like a speedball or just the one that he kind of, like, just bounces off everything. It's kind of like you get hit, you're just going to start bouncing, you know? How do you control yourself?
So you got to use... There was an episode of the show I used to watch called The Misfits. It's a British show about these kids that get these powers because of this storm. Uh-huh. And one of the guy's powers is he can control... milk.
You see? You see what I mean? Wow. Why is that necessary?
He's telekinetic, but only with milk. And like he starts killing people because like someone will have cream in their coffee and it's in their body,
and then he changes it to what, like
to choke them or
that's OD.
It's so crazy.
Wow.
So you know, you just got to be creative, man.
I guess it's kind of like. It's kind of like the Inhumans thing. It's kind of like, you know, all right, it's my turn to get some powers now. And when you come out, you turn into like a butterfly. Yeah. It's like, wait, what is my power? Well, you're just a butterfly today.
Let a butterfly land on your Cuban sandwich. I bet you won't eat it. You'll starve to death, Speedy.
I just might. Don't try me. If I'm hungry, man. Yeah. I might take that challenge. Joey, you got to run.
Word.
Thank you so much for joining us in this conversation. We're going to continue a little bit. We're not ending it with Tariq, but so they can check you out on your socials and follow everything you're all about.
That's right. At Joey Franchise on Twitter, Instagram, and on Snapchat, J Franchise, and also joeyfranchise.com. And I do Wild 94.1, 7 to midnight, right here in the great Tampa Bay area.
That's right. Thank you, Joey.
No doubt. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. So, yeah, definitely there's some powers that I wouldn't find desirable at all. But there's another talking about getting back into Ready Player One theme that we're talking about today. And there's, of course, the video game aspect to it. It's a connected world that they live in. So I guess in that connected world, there's mini games you could play, which is kind of like, I guess, like if you want to play solo, you know? Yeah. You don't want to play with other people. I guess you can do that.
Yeah, see, I am a big solo campaign guy. Like, I get Call of Duty, and I don't immediately jump online, I go through the story.
You go through the whole story?
I go through the whole story.
So my problem is that I have ADD. Mm-hmm. So the story, unless it's good, probably it's not going to hold me very well. I'm like, I just need to jump online. Kill people.
Honestly, I just want to beat it. And then, I tend to not like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
well,
yeah, and it turns out that's not just
it's a
50-50
shot, people interaction.
Yeah. Turns out it's not just a physical thing, like the voices, people and their voices.
But you can mute them,
huh?
You can mute them.
Can you?
Well, in about 75% of video games, you can mute people.
Yeah, then it's no fun. Yeah. I'm a big. Let me finish the campaign, and then I would now if there's a group of us.
Yeah,
if it's just like, hey.
Yeah,
me,
we're
you,
clan
and
up.
Joey, and some other people, and like the 12 of us are playing each other,
definitely.
like in a room. I know you can do that in certain rooms, but I remember playing Halo with friends and being on there. I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah, no, I remember. I stopped playing Modern Warfare for a bit, for a long time actually. I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump on and play it again. And then people had those hacks that they were jumping in the air and hanging out in the middle of the air and just shaking like crazy, and just killing you randomly and dropping random missiles and stuff and bonus stuff on you. And it was like, what the heck just happened?
I feel like I was playing BioShock or something, and somebody had a Mazda 626. I was like, where did you get that from?
That's not even fair, but that's a topic for another day. The hackers, man. I don't know about that.
I'm a campaign guy, rather than an online guy.
Well, my problem is I have this one game that I like to play, which is I was playing Star Wars Battlefront, and I enjoy it. Star Wars Battlefront 2. And there's some people who don't like it, and some people do like it, and there's a lot of people that do play online. And I not. It's really designed to be played online. The campaign is kind of like, eh.
Yeah, you're basically going through the movies.
Right. Yeah, you get this side story about this lady that was in the Empire and she joins the rebellion, and then you get another update for her story too, which is kind of cool. I guess they keep giving you campaign modes for the small investment that you made in a video games, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But once you go through that, it's kind of like, well, I only could play online,
Yeah.
Or you could just play offline and just make the rules and make yourself, super strong and just kill everybody.
Yeah.
Nerf their weapons and make your weapons like 2,000 strong.
Yeah. Definitely after going through a campaign, I'll play online. But some people get the game and immediately they're online.
Yeah.
They haven't even looked at
it. Yeah, I like to play online because I like the competition. But there's one game that I'm playing right now also, which is called Dreadnought. Because I'm into those, big ships, kind of like Star Trek, Star Wars,
Gotcha.
Capital ship versus capital ship.
Okay.
And the game called Dreadnought is actually pretty cool because that's the feel of it. You have this big ship. It's run with an Unreal engine, so it's kind of like Unreal, but depending on the ship you want is what what your speed and your strategy is. So if you have a big capital ship, of course you're a tank pretty much, but you need to cycle through your weapons, use the right weapons at the right time. There's definitely a strategy feel to it, but the short story is after a while, the people I play against kind of suck because the game is not that popular.
Okay.
It's a great game. I mean, it's popular.
Yeah.
It's okay popular. It was a video game. It was a PC game before it came out on PS4. And my stepson actually told me about it. So there is a decent community of people out there. But I guess the casual gamer who just finds it and downloads it and decides they're going to play it today, well, they get kind of massacred because there's rock, paper, scissors kind of like game dynamics, game formatics to it. So if you don't know how to play the rock, paper, scissors game, use the right missiles and put on your shields at the right time, well, you're going to get owned very fast.
See, that's the problem. That's one of the problems I have with online games.
And then you play it. Let's say you were that person and you play and you're like, oh, this game sucks.
It sucks, yeah.
And then you never really give it the chance that it really deserves.
Yeah, and that's why you play the campaign.
There's no campaign though in this game though.
There's
that's
no campaign. It's
nothing.
Just
There's training. That's it.
And that's the flaw. And this is where we come down to how I'm right. You got to play the campaign. Hey, get your mind right before you hop online with people, man.
I don't know, man. I guess they will make a campaign eventually, which would kind of be cool. But I just wish there was just more people who actually know how to play the game. Like I wouldn't mind actually getting killed all the time in that game.
What?
Yeah, because I just want to have the competition. But it's but it's kind of like you go in there and it's like you just start owning people because they don't know.
See, and that's my issue with the Call of Duty games. Like somebody gets it 3 weeks ahead of time, they don't work, You know what I mean?
Like us.
Or they don't care. You know what I mean? There's no social
They don't got
life.
that corporate job, man.
Yeah, they're not, you know, they don't have any hobbies or other aspirations. And then it's like you finally get some time some rest and relaxation time in your life. You're like, let me hop online. And this dude's been playing for 34,000 hours straight. And he's just murdering you. He's hiding behind.
He's got all the weapons already. He unlocked everything.
It's Call of Duty, and somehow
actually,
he has
Star Wars
banana
Battlefront
peels.
2 is actually pretty good with that. You actually, you just can't blow your way through everything and just get all the power ups and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I like that. And the Star Wars used to do the I don't know if they still do like Knights of the Old Republic, like the computer game.
You could get that on your phone, bro.
Yeah,
on your app.
that was dope.
You could buy the app on your phone and play that on anytime you want.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's online too.
I will look into that because then you could be like, oh, I want to be a bounty
I was looking
hunter.
at it the other day. I was like, should I buy this? How much will this affect my life? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else, Tarek? You want to plug anything you got going on?
I got a play coming up.
Oh man,
called Baggage.
See, book him now, ladies and gentlemen. Book him now before it becomes expensive.
We'll be at the Heather Theater, so look that up online. It's the Heather. It starts next week. And we're running every weekend.
Tampa Bay area, right?
That's in Tampa.
Okay.
We're running every weekend until the end of April. Got a show at the Orlando Improv next Wednesday.
All right.
Anybody who happens to be in Orlando.
Nice.
And other than that, I'll be on the social media thing. I'll be telling my jokes, and I'll be out there.
So give them your socials, please.
My name is Tarek at Twitter and on Instagram. And just look up my name on Facebook, and you'll find me, Tarek Lewis.
My name is Tarek, right?
Yep.
My name is Tarek. And my socials, of course, like always, is DJ Speedy JR. Why? Because I moonlight as a DJ. If you learn about my nocturnal life there, and follow me. Mostly on my geek stuff I talk about on Facebook, and Tarek is mostly on Twitter. So whatever your persuasion is, find us, okay? So thank you so much for joining us today. Another Geek Culture Congress down the tubes. I think we got to get into some Walking Dead.
Yes, I gotta watch.
We got to catch up.
Friend of mine on this episode, by the way.
Yeah,
So
I read a bunch of spoilers already, so it's because I'm kind of falling out of love with Walking Dead.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, but we'll get into that in the next show. We'll talk. I'll tell
maybe
you
some
why.
Jessica Jones next time. I'm getting deep into Jessica Jones.
Yeah. We need to talk about Jessica Jones then.
we'll
I've done that.
Jones,
So.
yes.
All right. So another Geek Culture Congress signing off. And make sure you check out all of our podcasts as well. And also follow us. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and anywhere great podcasts are. Search for Geek Culture Congress. Have a good one.